Hi, welcome to Audiobook Academy. This is a self-paced audiobook. There's no need to keep an eye on things. Just pay attention. Thank you for taking the time to listen. This is a book summary of The 1-Minute Manager. Increase Productivity, Profits, and Your Own Prosperity. By Ken Blanchard. Why do you think so many people quit their jobs because they don't like their managers? In reality, having the right management style and being receptive to employees is something that most people take for granted. Good management skills can be learned with the help of the 1-Minute Manager. It focuses on 3 60-second secrets that have the power to transform the way we manage our organizations. 1-minute goals, 1-minute praise, and 1-minute reprimands are all part of the strategy. The 1-Minute Manager, a book written by Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson, examines how anyone can become a better manager and leader. As a result, both parties benefit. The authors explain how 3 simple but powerful techniques can help an organization achieve positive change. And the best part is that each strategy only takes a few seconds to put into practice. 3 strategies for becoming an effective manager will be introduced, along with their application and the rationale for their success. Do you have what it takes to be a manager? As a manager, what is your style and what are your blind spots? When it comes to managers, there are 2 broad categories. It appears that the first group is only interested in the company's bottom line and measurable results. They don't care about the well-being of their employees because they see them as just another resource to get the job done. Another group is concerned only with the well-being of others. This laid-back management style may appear to be the best option, but if you've seen The Office, you know that being liked isn't always the best way to lead and inspire. While they may be happy at work, managers who are preoccupied with their own popularity and likability may find it difficult to hold their employees accountable for poor performance. In addition to hurting the company, this management style stifles employee growth and development. The vast majority of managers are a hybrid of the 2 extremes described above. Finding the right balance between results and people is key. Managers who are good at their jobs are able to instill confidence in their workers because they know that happy workers are more productive. In addition, helping people learn, grow, and feel good about themselves is essential to achieving results quickly and effectively. What can we do to move closer to our goals? Short-term objectives. 1-minute goals are the foundation of the 1-Minute Manager philosophy. Employees in many businesses lack a clear understanding of their roles and responsibilities. As a result, they are only able to gauge how well they're doing through their manager's feedback. Sadly, the majority of this feedback is negative, as managers tend to focus on errors rather than successes. However, defining specific objectives for a worker in under 60 seconds can result in long-term positive change. Setting a goal clarifies what needs to be accomplished and provides a means of evaluating one's progress. As the gold standard against which all subsequent feedback, both positive and negative, will be measured, objectives set the standard for all subsequent interactions between managers and employees. The ability to quantify something makes it simple to determine whether something is a success or a failure. It becomes a goal when a deadline is added. Because of the clarity of success, 1-minute goals are extremely effective. Employees are more likely to take ownership of their work when they are held accountable for specific outcomes. Having a clear understanding of what's expected of you as an employee motivates and empowers you to take responsibility for your own success. In the absence of micromanagement, employees become self-starters because they are aware of what is expected of them. Managers already have a lot on their plates, so not having to step in and help their employees every step of the way is a huge relief. How do we set 1-minute objectives? First and foremost, an employee must understand exactly what is expected of them. This is accomplished by setting 250-word goals for each new task in a 1-minute goal-setting exercise. In this way, managers and employees are on the same page and can communicate effectively. Workers and managers alike know exactly what needs to be accomplished, and they don't need to continually seek guidance from each other. In other words, they should be easy to digest in under a minute. The goals must be measurable and specific, and they must also have a time frame. Defining what success looks like is also critical. Employees and managers should each have a copy of the goals in their possession for future reference. Keep in mind that less is more when it comes to design. It will be difficult to keep track of all the goals you set for each employee if you give them too many. A good rule of thumb is that each employee should have between 3 and 6 goals. Praise in a flash. What type of person are you? Do you enjoy being praised when you've done something well? In order for us to keep going, we all need a certain amount of praise. In this situation, a manager is needed. Immediately after an employee accomplishes something noteworthy, a quick-thinking manager lavishes praise. Negative feedback is the most common form of feedback given to employees. As a manager, it's easy to focus on what we are doing wrong, or more diplomatically, key areas of development. Employee motivation can be quickly lowered if too much emphasis is placed on bad behavior. On the other hand, genuine positive feedback that is given in the right way and at the right time is a powerful motivator for employees. As a result, employees experience an increase in self-esteem and a greater sense of accomplishment. What are the best methods for delivering a 1-minute compliment? 1-minute praise must be given immediately, and this must be done promptly. Old-fashioned autocratic management styles, in which managers try to catch their employees doing something wrong and then rebuke them, are commonplace. Managers, on the other hand, flip this paradigm on its head by constantly seeking out and immediately praising positive performance and behavior. In order to be a good 1-minute manager, you must consistently praise your employees and explain how their actions have helped the company achieve its goals. Then, the employee is encouraged to keep up the good work by receiving specific praise. Here, the manager again re-emphasizes his or her desire for the employee's success. An employee who realizes that their manager cares about their work is inspired to do even better the next time they do the same thing. Having this kind of drive has a cascading effect, resulting in consistently high performance. A manager's job is to quickly recognize and reward the small accomplishments of new employees. As a result, they will be able to achieve even greater goals in the future. Because the praise is specific and given right away, the employee has a better chance of connecting it to their good work. With this method, the employee will know exactly what they did right, and they won't be able to do it again because they won't know what they did incorrectly. Employees are more likely to do well if they are given 1-minute praise on a regular basis. In the same way that praising an employee takes just 1 minute, reprimanding them should also take just 1 minute. Redirects in a flash. Constructive criticism is one of the most valuable ways to learn and improve, but no one enjoys being criticized. A redirection holds an employee accountable for poor performance and helps the employee get back on track and meet their goals. When an employee who should know better makes a mistake, a good 1-minute manager should deliver quick redirects that are both specific and consistent. The 1-minute goals mentioned above should be linked to the 1-minute redirects. Furthermore, a manager should never hold an employee responsible for failing to complete a task they were not aware was required of them. This is critical. A 1-minute redirect like this works well. Management begins by expressing their dissatisfaction with employee performance. Disappointment can arise from the failure to meet a predetermined deadline or objective. In this situation, the manager must demonstrate to the employee how the error has harmed the company. The redirect must be given immediately following the error and be specific to the error. People's mistakes are meant to be used as a learning opportunity, so that they don't happen again. However, this is unlikely to occur if the redirect is broad and general. Is there anything you've learned from the criticism you've received? There are a lot of people out there who dislike being criticized because it seems to linger and keep coming up over and over again. Redirecting is a one-way street, and once it's completed, it is. The manager should not harbor any resentment toward the employee and should treat him or her as if nothing had happened. For as long as the same mistake isn't made again, there's no need to feel bad. Redirecting employees in this manner demonstrates to them that you aren't criticizing their personality flaws, but rather their actions. They won't see you as a threat if they don't believe they've been treated unfairly. Generally speaking, employees value honesty and openness. If they're held accountable immediately after a mistake, they'll understand better than if they're caught off guard at a performance review months later. With a redirect, the employee can start making progress right away. It is also easier to deal with negative feedback when it is delivered in smaller chunks, such as with redirects. Redirects, when used correctly, are never punitive. The manager can show employees the discrepancy between their performance and their goals without making them feel stupid or incompetent by creating teaching and learning opportunities. People rarely make the same mistake twice if they are confident and respected by their co-workers. As a result, employees will begin to take responsibility for their own behavior, knowing that their manager has faith in them. An employee's desire to prove themselves and their manager that they are capable of moving on from a mistake leads to a greater desire to work harder. When 1-minute redirects fail, what can managers do? The reality is that we don't live in a perfect world, and redirects won't always be successful. A manager will come across an employee who is unable or unwilling to learn from his or her mistakes at some point. As a result, they keep making the same mistakes, and their manager is constantly having to correct them with 1-minute redirects. During this difficult time, managers should contemplate whether it is worthwhile to keep on board an employee who is unwilling or unable to learn from their mistakes. An employee could be demoted and/or transferred or terminated in this situation. As a final point, people are inspired by good leaders, who are able to bring out the best in those they work with. The most effective way to improve a company's performance is to focus on developing the full potential of its employees. It is imperative that managers implement the 1-minute goals, praise, and reprimands as part of their management style. Managers, on the other hand, must remember that their employees are the company's most valuable asset. To them, investing in people is the best investment they can make. There has never been a more critical time to be a good manager than right now. Every day, new communication tools and technologies transform the way businesses operate. An organization's survival depends on its ability to change quickly and effectively. Adaptability and agility can't be maintained in organizations using the old command and control, top-down management style. Some managers succeed where others fail because they rely less on direct supervision and more on empowering their employees to manage themselves and take responsibility for their own work. This saves both time and money. Time is also a currency in today's world. When it comes to inspiring your employees, increasing their productivity, and making a lasting positive impact on your company, what are your plans? Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in next audiobook.